That's why today the Bishop of Rome, John Paul II, is constantly involved in interfaith dialogues with every type of religion on the planet. Everything. There's nothing left out. He has had interfaith dialogues with all of them because they're finding that they all have something in common. And that is that they all believe that there's something we can all do to get to heaven or wherever they're thinking they're going. And so that's the idea the Pope is working together with them. But before I actually get into these problems with the Mass, I want to assure you that I know and love some dear born-again Roman Catholics. Now, some of you might be shocked by that. To even say that's a difficult thing because it's like saying a communist American or it's like saying things that don't go together. But I'll explain to you who my friends are. I do know and count among my good friends born-again Roman Catholics. In fact, some of them are my closest spiritual advisors, people that I look to on almost a daily basis to understand the Bible. But let me underline one word. They were Roman Catholics. And you'll understand what I mean in a moment. They all went through all the interesting and different movements of the Mass. And if you ever read a Mass book, it would boggle your mind everything that they do. How they have to turn here, turn there, do this, do that, cross themselves 5 times, 4 times this way, 7 times back, lift the host, do this and that. These were all involved with that. These former Roman Catholic priests were at one time ordained, Mass offering, host elevating, Pope following Roman Catholic priests. And I think you know them too, because they all became famous when they left the church. In fact, they were baptized, as 98% of all Roman Catholics are, into the church. They were priests. They were totally immersed in the church, up over their head, until the day they started reading the Bible. And when they read the Bible, it changed their life. The first one's name was John Wycliffe. And after he was saved in the 14th century, someone read his testimony by the name of John Huss. And he was saved in the 15th century. And then 2 men read his testimony after he was burned at the stake. And their names were Martin Luther and John Calvin. And collectively, those 4 men are great mentors to me as I read their works. But all 4 of them saw the horrors of the errors of Romanism, and they turned from them. So basically what I'm saying to you is that there's nothing wrong with the person on the other side of your fence who's a Roman Catholic. You can trust them. You can love them. They could be your neighbors, as my neighbors are. You can give them the keys to your house and your car. You can trust whatever you want to them. They're not bad. At least they're not any more evil than the rest of us who were born wicked sinners. But the problem is they're lost. And what's even worse than that is they probably don't even know it, because they have been inoculated by something that's got a package that resembles the Word of God around it. And much like when you and I get a polio vaccine or a DPT shot or whatever, you get just enough of that disease to build up an antibody so that you will not get a full-blown contagion of that illness. So many Roman Catholics have gotten just close enough to the Word of God, just close enough to the power of God, just close enough to the God of the Scriptures that they are almost inoculated to the truth. And that's the horror.